Hey everybody, Carl Lodenthal here, again going over the final third of the mechanics of our swing. So we went over our batting stance, we went over our load, our stride, and then how to fire our backside into the pitch. So now, all that's left to do is to let our barrel come to the zone, make contact, and follow through with extensions. So that's really the last third of our swing, or those last two steps. At this point, it's pretty simple. You've kind of done all the hard work as far as getting your barrel in the right position. Really, the last part is you just trusting your hands to stay through the ball. And that's going to be the difference a lot of times in a ground ball, or a line drive, or a line drive into a home run. So let me kind of just show you what those last two steps look like. So again, where we left off was driving our backside into the pitch. It was taking that back elbow, that back hip, that back knee, and your belt buckle, and taking it towards where that pitch is coming. All right. So from here, the last step really is committing that barrel and dropping it into the zone, staying on top of the ball. So wherever that pitch is, we want to stay on top. So when that pitch comes in, I'll use a softball because it's a little bigger target for you to see. Is when that pitch is coming in, we want to catch the top part of that ball on a flat plane. All right. Now I know a lot of people these days, they think, drop and pop, try to hit the ball as far as you can. I personally, I don't believe that's a good way of hitting. I think it's a very low percentage way of hitting. I think if you have stay on plane with your swing and stay through the ball, I think you're going to hit line drives, and those line drives are going to easily turn to home runs because you're getting backspin on the ball. So the way a ball carries off your bat is when you hit it, you get that backspin, meaning it's spinning this way, and that ball is going to take off. If you hit the bottom part of the ball, that gives you top spin, and those are the balls that kind of die. So maybe there's like humpback line drives, or maybe a fly ball that only makes it to the warning track because you don't have that lift on the ball. So I strongly believe that you can be a home run hitter by still staying through the ball, staying on top of the ball, and just creating that backspin. And again, I had great professional baseball players that taught me that as I was going up through the minor leagues. That worked. That's how like great power hitters hit. So I know maybe a little bit different these days with with analytics or whatever, however breaks down a swing. But again, if you're someone that's just looking for consistent, hard, solid contact, which I think especially as you grow up, little league, high school, college, I think that's the other stuff will come. I think that's kind of where to start is really sticking to this approach where once you get to this drive your back half position, is now from here, again, top handed control, it's just dropping that barrel to the ball. So once I get there, you'll notice a couple things. One, for my lower half down, I'm already committed. So I'm down here, I'm back to that pitch. I'm not sideways, I'm not just turning from the waist up all twisted. My back hip's turned into that pitch. You can see my full front of my uniform, my belt buckle, and now my hands are showing. Top hand, if I opened up that hand, palm's facing right up in the sky. If I open up my bottom hand, it's facing in the ground. You'll notice that my wrists are not turned over. So the reason why they're not turned over is because I kept my hands inside that tunnel, like the video before. As long as I keep my hands inside that tunnel and I drop my barrel, my hands automatically like this every time. The second I move outside that tunnel and then I get to here, see how my wrists, they're already starting to roll over. So inside that tunnel, drop the barrel. So once you get to this point, right, you'll notice, I'll give you this view, is once you get to this point, how bent my top hand is. So for lefties, it's your left hand. For righties, it's your right one. So once I get to this point, the more bent your arm is, the more power you're going to have. Because this is the point where that ball is making contact with the bat. So I know you've heard me use the rubber band effect on our previous video, thinking about your load and your stride, and I was shooting that rubber band. Now I want you to think about a trampoline effect. So that ball hitting your bat is a trampoline, especially with the bats they make these days. So if you ever hit a ball and paused it, even in the big leagues, you see a wooden bat with a baseball coming in and you pause it right at contact, you can see that ball indenting into the bat. Or same thing with, especially with the metal bat with the baseball. That ball is going to indent into the bat. Because now it's a trampoline effect. Now once that ball hits your bat, it's coming out at full force. So the more bent your arm is here, the more trampoline effect you have, and that equals carry on your ball. So picture yourself making contact right here. Now this is the last part of your swing. So you drop the barrel into contact. This is called extension. So from here, it's easy. All you do is taking your top hand, so lefties at your left hand, righties at your right hand. You're taking that bent arm and you're pushing forward. Here, back up a little bit, contact, extension. You'll notice I didn't get contact rollover. I didn't get here and then roll it over, because I'm sure you can picture if I hit the ball here and then I do this, that ball is going to follow me into the ground. That's called a rollover. I'm sure we've all done it. We've done it a million times, right? All that means is that you didn't take your top hand and extend through the ball. You just kind of made contact and then cut your hands off and rolled it over. So that's just the last part of your swing. You just have to realize that once you make contact, your swing isn't done. That ball is going to go where your hands tell it to go. So once you make contact and you're ready for that trampoline effect, you got to tell that ball with your hands, all right, now I want you to get over that fence, or I want you to get a line drive into the gap, or a hard ground ball right back up the middle. That ball is going to follow where it goes. You swing, power with your hips, power with your lower half, but direction of your hits with your hands. And that is just as true can be. Is you want power, you want to create bat speed and swing fast. You got to shoot that lower half as hard as you can in control, but the faster you drive that lower half, the faster that rubber band effect flies forward. But once you get the contact, the hands tell that ball where to go. So I can take a ball anywhere you pitch it, and if I want to pull the ball, I get the contact, and if I want to hit that ball to right center field as a lefty, I take my hands, my top hand, and I shoot my hands to right center. I want to take it opposite field, contact, and I take that top hand and I push it out towards left center field. I want to hit it right back up the middle, contact, and I'm taking my top hand and extending right to you and following through. So that last step is just, it's very easily forgotten, is you just don't want to roll over. You don't want to think your job is done when you make contact with the ball. The job's done when you make contact and then tell that ball where to go. You do it with extension. All right, so just to show you everything together real quick is, I'll give you this view, is load, stride, turn back hip, back elbow now by my side, hands inside that tunnel, to the ball, nice arm bent, through the ball, and follow through. And now what I've done is, notice my head stayed nice and still. Your head starts on your front shoulder. So head starts close to the pitcher. When you finish, your head finishes on your back shoulder. Because your head doesn't move, your body does. On your swing, your body rotates and drives through that ball. All right, and those are pretty much the third, beginning third, middle third, and last third of hitting. All right, so thanks for watching. Those are the basic mechanics, and the next videos I'm going to start going through the mental part of the game. All right, again, thanks for watching, and talk soon.